I can be wild and crazy. There you are, my dear.
Oh, I don't know. Someone was doing like this.
Why do you want to go like that?
No, someone was doing it in the water. Maybe it was
probably
dolphin.
an animal. Probably an animal. So here we are in Little Shark River in Everglades National Park, and we seem to be the only humans for many, 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 many miles. And you know, we met Ted, the living legend who's done the loop 33 times, and he told us this was the best midway spot, and he was absolutely right. I mean, I'm a little disappointed I dropped the anchor right in the center of the river, and we seem to be a little closer to this bank than this bank, but I think that's just the wind.
And you know, I'm just wondering, when Alan saw his boat and Alan had opportunity to speak with him, with the person who made 32 loops?
33.
33 loops?
33 loops.
Like, wow.
Yeah. He's 86.
Yeah.
And that boat is so packed full of stuff. I don't know how they deal with any kind of heavy seas. I mean, there's just literally stuff piled up to within 2 feet of the ceiling, every single spot in that boat. Every counter in the galley is piled this high. Giant plastic containers of beans and rice and pasta and who knows what else. And he's sitting in a chair, and on either side of the chair is just this mountain of stuff. She's sitting, there's a round settee. It's a Krogan manatee, so it's real wide, you know, it's very, very wide and beamy. And she's sitting in this settee, and she's got a printer on the table and her laptop in front of her and books and everything else piled up like this. And there's a little pillow for the dog and a little spot for 2 people to sit. And that's it. That's the only place on the boat that's not absolutely packed. And the aft deck, there's a little path into the door, and the door will just swing open. And it's just unreal. Unreal. And he's on his 3rd engine and his 4th transmission. And she keeps a log of every single thing. And every time something breaks, she goes back to the last time it broke and said, well, this is how you fixed it last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
To make a lot of notes.
Indeed. Indeed.
I hope that we will meet them. As far as you told it, yeah.
Yeah, we should. They're going to be behind us. They're going to Marathon for about a week, and then they're going to work their way north, and they're going to blast north. They want to be back home in Michigan by June or July. We're shooting for September, October. You know, October would be nice to come down the Erie Canal towards the end of the season and catch the color change. Yeah, we're back in the center again. Because it's probably real shallow on either side, and I don't want to swing, you know, into either side. I think once the onshore flow stops, we'll sit right dead smack in the middle.
But there are no any other boats, so you just don't need to be worried, you know.
Oh yeah, no, there are no humans for miles. We have alligators and dolphins. That's it.
I have binoculars. So I'm in the process, you know, maybe to find some beautiful birds. And plus to make some videos, or who knows whom I will, you know, catch. Because we saw dolphin when we just made a turn to this river.
And the dolphins here are darker in color than the ones further north. Did you notice that? That was a real dark gray
it's like
dolphin.
Dark blue.
Yeah, dark blue, dark gray, as opposed to the ones that we saw, say, around Orange Beach, were much lighter colored.
Yeah.
I assume that has to do with the amount of sun as we get closer to the equator. I have no idea. Maybe somebody can explain that to us.
Yeah.
That's local. And yeah, I think you heard a dolphin breathe.
Yeah, I just heard something that is like breathing, but what can it be?
Yeah, that's dolphin.
Chain cannot, you know.
Well, the anchor bridle scrapes the hole a little bit, but that doesn't sound like a dolphin breathing because they come up and they through the hole.
Yeah.
I bet this is fresh water.
But
because it's coming from that way. I'll bet this is fresh water. So this would definitely be alligator country. I would look back up in that little spot up in there or up in there. Look right over there.
Yeah, under the
You just missed one.
Missed what?
You just missed a gator.
No.
Yes. Right up there, the back of a gator came out of the water and went in. I saw it. No question. right there.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
The first alligator in Florida that I saw, it was in Apachakaluca.
the town
I'm
whose name we
sorry.
cannot pronounce.
Yeah, but
I
it was so
apologize to
beautiful.
all the people that live there.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
no,
for my
literally,
pronunciation.
literally right over there, I saw the back of an alligator come out of the water. There it is again. There it is again. See it? Right there. Right there. Right there. You see it? Get your binoculars. Get your binoculars. You see it?
Yes, I saw it near.
Yeah, it's right there. Keep looking. Yorkie, it's an alligator. It would eat you. Don't bark at it. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're to get nowhere near that thing. You would be a tasty morsel. Yeah, that was an alligator right there. Did you see it this time?
Yes, it was like doing like this. Because previous one we
It was
saw
swimming across the channel.
Yeah, it was so beautiful town. We had a walk and then we had dinner at the cafe restaurant, you know, with seafood. And then waitress, she pointed like, hey, do you see it? There's like alligator in the water.
And all
like,
the tourists came running.
Yeah.
Well.
But it was not so obvious because when you just look at it, it looks like, you know, a stick. Yeah. And I made a video and every time just zoom, so yeah, it's beautiful. Nature is so beautiful.
Yeah, that was our first one truly in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not swimming.
No.
No, nobody's going swimming tonight. And yeah, I'm sure the bugs will be ferocious once the sun goes down, so we will hole up because we are both just like covered in bites just for being out on the bicycles. And so days like this and anchorages like this, these are good days. 7 to 9 foot steep seas in the middle of the night, those are bad days. But I think we've had more good days than bad days.
Yeah, but you know, I must say that each day has challenge.
Oh yeah.
You plan something and then that plan is not, you know, it didn't happen. I mean, it doesn't happen. So you need to replan something. You need to think, like we previously told that there are a lot of ABC plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have an ABC plan for the Gulf crossing because the forecast was for 2 foot waves, and they were under a foot until 1 in the morning, and then a freak storm came up with 40 to 50 knot winds and just beat the crap out of us. I mean, we took waves on this. I watched the water splaying off the top of the boat sitting in the seat in the lower station, and it was like a solid wall of water. Because the waves were so steep, we just like plunge, and I mean it ripped the stainless steel trim off the front of the bow, which is held in by a screw every 6 inches. That's a lot of water force coming up that bow when we were coming down.
And who could think, you know, that it could happen with us? Because how many times did we check this weather forecast and we were prepared to make this long run and everything so was perfect till 1 a.m. Like, wow,
Pitch
these
black,
beautiful
no
stars.
moon.
Yeah. And then
Boom.
just...
The Admiral was not a happy.
Me and Yorkie, no, we didn't show that we were not happy, you know?
Oh no, oh no. You were a little green there for a little while, and then when you sat on the floor and held the dog just like this for 3 hours, I could tell you weren't very happy.
Yeah.
But the boat did fine.
I see a crab in the water, you see?
Yeah, it's like an animal.
It's a crab.
It's crab swimming, yeah.
Yeah.
Heading out to feed. Big gator. And I think we only have like 3 things broken. So we're doing really well. The Freedom 1000 inverter generates an E11 fault code when we shut the motor down because it's too hot in the engine room and the AC relay won't latch. But that's cured by time. You just run the fan in the engine room and after a couple hours it gets cool enough. Of course, the original boat Wi-Fi system's been broken ever since we installed it, but we have Starlink, so we don't really care. The windshield wiper is broken.
And what about water heater?
Well, we had to replace the water heater, so that's good now. The horn is intermittent. The switch is a little sticky. The tachometer reads 200 RPM high. I can't keep the idle adjusted. I keep adjusting the idle down, and it keeps wiggling its way loose, We're idling at about 1,000 right now. We should be idling at 800. And I kind of pull on the cable. I got a brand new cable on the throttle, so it's not the cable, it's the little idle adjuster wiggles loose. The Sims injector pump continues to leak. The transmission, which is brand new, used a cup of oil on the last run. Why? I have no idea. What else? Is anything else broken?
No, what we were not planning to do, but unfortunately it happened with us. We stuck in the mud.
Well, yes, we ran aground
Yeah.
really, really hard, but that isn't something broken. That's a hurricane. The chart said there was 7 feet, there was a foot. Oh, yeah, the cleat that sacrificed itself when towboat has pulled us out. That cleat has joined the wreckage of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh yeah, oh that thing went 100 feet in the air with the force on it. Because they didn't want to pull us out from the back, because they didn't realize we had a skeg rudder. They didn't want to damage the rudder, so they pulled us out from the front. They pulled us across like a foot of mud, and the boat just leaned over and pulled. And that cleat, which is held in by screws this long, dipped in epoxy, just went flying.
Yes. And after after that huge vase, which we got, our bow,
Yeah.
bow steel, what is it? Steel,
Well, it's stainless steel trim.
stainless
It's
steel trim, yeah.
They call it the bang rail. You know,
Yeah,
when you
bang.
hit something, so you don't hit the wood. So it's got a little stainless there. Both of them, the one on the gunnels and the one on the bang rail, both were pulled away and bent back.
Mm-hmm.
And we were taking them on the forward starboard quarter, so the port side was undamaged. But it literally pulled the trim off, and that is a first. And we've been in some really wicked stuff in the Great Lakes, and that has never happened.
Oh.
That is an absolute first. I mean, it looked like there was a spear sticking out of the boat when we pulled it into whatever river that was.
What river? It was
Tarpon
Marina.
Springs.
Tarpon
Yeah,
Springs.
we went up the river at Tarpon Springs, about 4 miles, and docked at Tarpon Springs Municipal. I'll never do that again. It's way too far up the river.
And plus, on Barbara Marina, our meat club.
Our aft line parted.
Aft line, yeah.
Yeah. Because we did, we were only going to be there a day because it was just a bad thermostat. The thermostat's easy, so we just kind of tied the boat up, bow, midship, stern, and then we got an incredible storm with 50, 60 knot winds, and there was a mile of water behind us, and the waves were slapping the dinghy. Bam, 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 and the boat was throwing all over the place, and that stern line parted, and it sounded like a gun went off. So we're out there in the pouring rain, driving wind with our 7,000-pound Darina line, getting that wrapped around the stern and pulling the boat back, and we saved it. But it was not a happy day either. Hey, Doodly Poo. And we gave Doodly Poo a shave, see? She's a little itty bitty now.
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
it was
dying
so
in the
hot.
heat. Oh, yeah, it was so hot. She was just... So, my darling Admiral, going to be our southernmost anchorage. Tomorrow will be a little north, and every mile that we go from here north takes us one step closer to home. So, how do you feel about being at the southernmost point of our epic journey?
Yeah, adventure it is, I mean, how can I feel that being in so beautiful nature, respect everything that surrounds you, that you have opportunity to anchor in the middle of a park, or have a pilot in the boat in the Gulf of Mexico, or being in the Atlantic Ocean on different river. I mean, some people, they don't have any opportunity to go, to another state by car. And here you are on the boat, and you are doing such long distances, and you visited so many beautiful towns and cities, and you meet a lot of wonderful people. And I mean, that, I like it, I respect it, I appreciate, and I enjoy every minute, because unfortunately in our life you cannot change the day which has already passed. So, but of course it's very challenges. Yeah, and like Alan told Darina, don't be scared, be prepared. Yeah.
So when we left for the Great Loop,
Yeah.
did you have any idea that this is the life we were going to live?
No, well, because for me it's first being on the boat and to deal with the boat, not to be just only a part, of the team doing nothing. I take part in everything that is connected with our life here, with boat, with piloting the boat, with fixing, with tying up the boat. I mean everything. And I started from the very beginning. But if you like it and if you enjoy it, you can do everything. If you have desire and you just enjoy it, why not? For me, it was also a challenge. You know.
Well, you took to it like a duck to water.
Uh,
Anybody else would have bought a ticket home by now.
mhm.
I speak from experience.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the lady, who just every time was on different meetings, on heels, on skirts, on blouses, on jackets, with hairdo, and here am I, shirts, t-shirts, like
And
cap,
and I'll edit this out if you want.
blouses,
How long
my
have you been wearing
manicure
those
like
shorts?
this.
How long have you been wearing those shorts? Because we don't have
Oh
laundry.
yeah, I will not tell. I do everything by myself. If there is no laundry, you can do it in a sink, using the bathrooms, nothing. I can do everything. For me,
Yeah,
it's
because we
like,
haven't had laundry since
Yeah.
Two Marina's back because it's been broken. So we're getting down to like, underwear washed in the sink. When we get to Isla Mirada, we're going to do laundry for a day. I'm down to my shorts that don't really fit, that are for working on the boat, because all the rest of them I've worn to death.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm digging into my nice inventory of shirts because all of my t-shirts have been worn for 2 days each. But that's okay. That's
And how
life
it's
on a
for
boat.
you, for the person who dreamt about for a long time and worked so hard to make your dream to come true, to work so long repairing the boat and to bought a boat in the condition how it was and how it looks right now. I'm just like, wow, Al.
With all that work,
Yeah.
the most important and most valuable part of the trip is who I'm taking it with.
Alan. Okay, it's very, of course, important, and how you will feel, and will you be able, and will you manage to do everything? Because as far as I know, there are people which seems to be that they like it, but when they just see how it looks like, it's not like on picture or like
Yeah.
Instagram pages that okay, we're sitting here on the boat with our legs up, having some drinks and something like this. No, it's hard work.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of it is extremely challenging.
yes.
And the decisions can be agonizing. I mean, we discussed the plans for this 48 hours for 2 or 3 hours with waterway guide and active captain and the chart plotter and the offshore forecast and windy and the wave forecast, and we agonized over how we were going to do it. And in the end, because I talked to a harbor host in Marathon and I talked to Ted in Goodland, this is a decision that we made, and it turned out to be the perfect decision. Crossing the Gulf, we did the same thing, and it did not turn out to be the perfect decision.
Yeah.
And the huge waves were never in the weather forecast, but I can assure you those are some of the steepest, nastiest weather that we've ever been in this boat. And it never even made the weather forecast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I must say that when you have some challenges and it's not so pleasant for you, it's not difficult, like it's not physically so difficult. It's difficult
mentally,
yeah, emotionally. Yeah, as we told you, that weather just totally changed, and you have so huge wings and waves, and you are on the boat. You cannot change anything. You just can accept it and have strategic like decision what you need to do. Do you need to stay on this course, or you need to, like Alan, he just totally changed his decision, like how he needs to pilot the boat. Okay, what do we need to do? And so on and so forth. Yeah, it's very important to be like, okay, with cold mind, what does it mean cold mind? That, okay, you have some challenge, you need to deal with it. So, okay, accept and go. Not panic, not emotionally be upset or something like this, because it would not help you at all.
Well, and the thing was, we couldn't run behind the storm because we were 50 miles offshore of nothing.
Yeah.
So it would have been wonderful to turn around and run behind that storm. But by the time that storm blew out, we'd be 100 miles out into the Gulf. And would we have enough fuel or enough hours of daylight the next day to work our way back? And would it stop? So we tried various points of taking the waves and ended up taking them on the port forward quarter because that was the least offensive. And the forecast said it would be calmer closer to shore, which ran counter to everything that I've ever believed. But I tried anyway, and in the end, it wasn't any calmer near shore than it was offshore. But we made it. We're here. We're good. I see it lifted some of the varnish off the window, but such is life.
Yeah. We made our way out of the river in the morning and rounded the tip of Florida.
At the southern end of Florida, we were 5 miles offshore with 1 foot of water under the keel. Crazy.
Finally, we crossed the Keys at Bridge 5 and made a beeline for Isla Morada.
In our next episode, we take 10 days off, swim with dolphins, and generally have a whale of a time. Darina saw a crocodile in the wild. Nobody's going swimming.
Oh, no.
If you like what you see, please subscribe. It really helps us out, and it doesn't cost anything.
We really appreciate your attention and subscription.
So, Darina, how can people find out more about us online?
You can find us on our website page, here, on our Instagram page, here, and also on our Facebook page, here.
Once again, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to be reminded of new episodes when they come out, don't forget to ring that bell.
Thank you so much.